Welcome to the signature. Welcome to the Signature and Finisher podcast. Hey, I had said it before the end of the timer even started. It did. It
I
just like
know.
popped up. It's like, what the
You
heck?
you gotta learn how to hit the downbeat. You would be a terrible rapper.
I don't want to ever be a rapper. I'm glad I'm a terrible
I'm just
rapper.
saying you would be a terrible rapper. You can't hit the downbeat.
Man, look, with the rappers that's selling these days,
It's
I
true.
pass.
Do you know there's a guy named Lil Windex? And he looks like he's been like electrocuted multiple times. Like normal people don't look like this guy.
Well, that's a Lil Wayne situation. Anytime that's want to put little, unless it's not Lil Kim, that's
We're
Lil
not
Wayne
talking
problem.
about drinking antifreeze now. This is a
Hey,
family show.
he one who started this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's the one who encouraged all these young rappers out here who are not very good, but still getting paid, putting out bad music. But we can't hate
Again,
Jamie. We can't hate Jamie. They getting paid. We can't hate on them.
rap is like full circle. Go back to the 80s. Eric B. Rakim. It was all about my DJ, right? My DJ,
Yes,
my DJ.
yes.
Rap nowadays doesn't matter what you say in the song. It's what the beat is. It's all that matters.
It's kind of like wrestling. It's all about the moment.
Only one company says that. Only one.
Think about it. Think about it. Name one artist right now that you can say they can be in the greatest of all time, uh, be part of the greatest of all time with hip hop
And you're
and rap.
talking like nowadays artists because I don't
Yes,
listen.
yes.
Like
Nowadays artists. Like who would you put up there right now?
I, J Cole
He
would
retired.
maybe, and that's why I'm like maybe because like he doesn't really qualify. But doesn't he have a new album coming out?
It's already out. I think
Oh,
it's
is it
already
already
out. It's
out?
coming out, but yeah, he's retired.
I mean Kendrick, but everybody would say Kendrick. I honestly find his voice to be so annoying. But J. Cole would really be the only one if you're talking mainstream guys. There's still a ton of underground guys that are absolutely phenomenal.
I'm talking about overall, underground and
Overall,
mainstream.
overall mainstream that's going right now that I could say could be on a list of greatest of all time. Well, I mean, going right now is kind of subjective because I mean, LL Cool J is still technically going right now, and he's easily a top five. Just the
Okay,
sphere of influence alone would make him
number one.
exactly. And that's where I think the times that I've done like the music shows with you, which has been a long time, ass. Um, when we say greatest rapper of all time, I think there's a difference between saying who's had the greatest influence and who's actually the greatest. Because people say the greatest of all time, Biggie and Pac. Biggie and Pac are nowhere near the top of the best lyricists of all time. Nowhere close. But people will always say them because it's a popular thing to say. Greatest influence of all time, absolutely. Greatest influence, you'd probably have to say Pac, Biggie, LL Cool J, Rakim.
Okay,
But to say actual best rappers, totally different conversation. Then you're talking Eminem would be at the top, Slick Rick would be at the top, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J. Like you're talking guys that can actually put together and structure a song.
no argument for me. Not today. Only because you named my favorite artist, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool
Big Daddy
J,
Kane's great.
Rakim, Karis One, Chuck D. Yeah, I'm happy. So
Chuck D's
everybody,
working on something new too. I just saw.
what's that?
I forgot. You have to Google it, but he's working with I'm gonna try and find it while we're doing the show. But I just read about it like last week.
Ah, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was your hip hop and rap for today. Now let's get into some wrestling because before we go into the WWE, there's a big Indies match coming up on Friday. House of Glory. It'd be Zilla Fatu versus Bishop Dryer, aka Baron Corbin, aka everybody's favorite wrestler. for the House of Glory Crown Jewel Championship. So make sure you guys check it out. They'll be live in Chicago. So wherever you watch your House of Glory, check it out. I know I will. I expect to be a good match.
And just so I don't forget, he's doing a project with John Densmore from The Doors called Dope.
No, okay. I'm about to check that out. What do you think about that match, Zilla Fatu versus Bishop Dyer?
I mean, it's good that I know it's his name, but Baron Corbin just sounds so much better.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Baron's like getting back into like, even if it's indies, the main event indie scenes. And Zilla Fatu, it's only a matter of time. Basically, when his contract is out, he's definitely going to be in the WWE at that point.
Yeah, I'm surprised he ain't there now. I know.
I mean, the dude's already talented enough. Like, there's no question about that. Like, the dude's got the skills to do it. So it's just waiting for this contract to end for him to get up there.
Yeah, listen, whenever he gets signed to WWE, he's probably one of the few I would say that who will probably need to go straight to the main roster. Because for one, he's part of the family too. I don't think NXT would be. And NXT wouldn't be right for him. I mean, the guy is already killing on the independent scene, and you can tell he's ready to show his start on the main roster. So it's just a matter of time.
Well, the situation with Jacob would help him certainly with that as well, with how much love he got immediately from hitting the main roster with the buildup he had already had on the indie scene. So I'm not saying Zilla's as good as Jacob, at least not yet. Zilla's also a few years younger, so he's got some more time to develop, but he's definitely going to be there when his contract is up for sure.
Yes. And listen, Zilla Fatu is no joke. I mean, this guy might be the future of the family. I'm just gonna put it that way. But again, if you never heard of him, check him out this Friday on House of Glory. He defended his crown jewel championship against Bishop Dyer, and I second that with you on Bishop Dyer. I'm glad to see him back in the ring, and hopefully this will lead to something bigger for him. I know he's gonna kill on the independent scene.
Hopefully the benefit that Zilla has is that he's kind of in a weird age gap within that family. Mm-hmm. That he's going to have a lot of time to shine on his own, because the Usos are like 40. Roman's like 40. Jacob's what, like 33, 32, somewhere in there.
If he gets there, Jake will probably be in his mid-late 30s.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's really only going to have Jacob around at that point. So he's going to get a lot of potential star status just being able to be out on his own.
Yeah, and if you want to say add the Tongans, because they they'll be in their 40s if they're not already not in their 40s.
Tonga Loa is the worst.
Hey, I just think he's not being used right, but that is my opinion. Jamie, I had to give him credit for this one. He found something on the ratings of SmackDown, and it's actually he has them on his phone. The numbers are up on SmackDown with Drew McIntyre as a champion. Not only the viewership, but the ratings, everything. So I'll let him take it over there.
Oh, I sent you the thing. Let me see if I can find it again. But what was it? The ratings are up, or no, attendance has been up 30% since Drew got the title, and I think the TV ratings are up 4% overall for SmackDown since he got the title, which 4% doesn't sound like a lot, but
for SmackDown it is
pretty significant overall. Not to mention they keep changing like how they're reviewing the Nielsen ratings, which for live shows like events, sporting events, and like pro wrestling especially, the Nielsen ratings are not friendly, and that's why When TNA was like negotiating to get their TV contract and stuff, AMC offered them the best deal because the Nielsen ratings have since changed already since TNA already got that contract. If the Nielsen ratings would have been the way that they're set up now,
Mhm.
TNA probably would have gotten an even more favorable deal than what they already got. And TNA, or not TNA, yes, TNA, sorry. TNA did get a very good deal for what they have right now, but they probably would have gotten an even better deal if the current Nielsen rating system was in place. I don't remember what the actual algorithm is, but they punish basically if you're recording Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Collision, it's not counting it as a view. But now it currently is. But back when they were negotiating that contract for the TV deal, they weren't counting the recordings as actual views.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. And I'm quite sure that make the WWE happy.
Yeah,
Um,
because I never watch any of these things live anymore. Like I record
no.
all everything and I just watch it later.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually catch it the next day. I think I think that's because everybody got the Cody fatigue. When Cody
100%.
is
That's what I was
champion.
calling.
Yeah, Cody fatigue, and I hope they pay attention to those numbers because tomorrow you want to have Cody versus Drew. I don't want to say they trying to find a way to put the title on Cody, but they trying to find a way to put
They're
the
100%.
title on Cody.
And the problem, Cody is a face. There's no evolution to his character. And even he referenced it in one of his own promos. Maybe I am a little scripted or whatever he said. I come out here, I do the same thing week after week. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You're part of the problem. You're acknowledging it, so good for you, but you still haven't done anything to change it.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I said it before. Cody Rhodes reminds me of Hulk Hogan, the late Hulk Hogan and John Cena, where they're that way in that character way for a long period of time, people get tired. It's like, hey, I need to change it up something. I need you to maybe be a little more aggressive. Hey, maybe you need to change the face to heel. You got to do something different. And we see when Hulk Hogan, who actually did something different. He left. He left with the WCW and became Hollywood Hulk Hogan. John Cena, who really didn't change that much. I think what changed with John Cena more than anything was that the crowd, when they chanted Cena suck, that helped. That helped because that gimmick here, it was running stale. And we see that with Cody. His gimmick, who he is, it's only good for a certain amount of time until he gonna have to really make a change. I mean, the American Nightmare. Well, let's add a little something to the American Nightmare. I mean, when he was on the independent scene, he was a heel. He changed his hair black, and he was doing a lot of heelish stuff. So maybe Cody needs to go back to that, or maybe Cody don't need to be a heel. He just do heel things and just dye his hair black. Maybe he need to change his music. Maybe he need to change his ring attire. Maybe he need to change his style of wrestling. He need to do something different.
And like how you brought up Cena would come out with his new merch out like every other week. So at least there was something different you were seeing. Cody, it's the same exact thing every week.
It is. But what I said with Cena was that because the crowd was chanting Cena suck and sing along with his song, that helped him out as well. Plus the new merch every time he came out. Back then Cena's come out in throwback jerseys. And I kind of wish he maybe would have switched up his song. Go back to the old John Cena song. So, when these characters, when they run this course, they gotta be able to switch it. They gotta be able to do new things, be open to new things. More like the WWE has to be open. Hey, caught me mid sentence.
Yeah, she was grumping a little bit, so
the star of the show. Look at that. She was crying for her daddy, and she seen the camera. She was like, "Yep, time for me to perform." Look at that.
She had to get on camera.
Look at that. Look at that. And I see the mom in the background.
Oh yeah, she's sneaking through.
I know. Tell her to stop. She don't got to sneak. You don't have
But
to
no,
sleep.
the whole point with Cody is it's completely stale. It's 100%. I wouldn't even say it's John Cena level. It's Hulk Hogan level.
Yeah,
Because Hogan in the late 80s, it was systematic. Come down, point at the crowd, march and do the whole finger point, get into the ring, do your 5 poses, rip the shirt, take the headband off, go to town.
right, right.
And that's Cody. Come
Yeah,
out, tap the ground, kiss the ground, get up, walk down. It's systematic.
yeah. It's like Vince McMahon all over again. Vince McMahon had Hulk Hogan. He had his guy. To, Triple H has Cody. Cody is a new version of Hulk Hogan, and Triple H has his Hulk Hogan. And he's and it's funny how you was talking about how rap go full circle. It's funny how wrestling go full circle.
Mm-hmm.
We all talk about they talk about how Roman Reigns is the biggest star in the company. Roman Reigns is this, Roman Reigns is that. Well, Roman Reigns was never Triple H's guy. He wasn't his Hulk Hogan. To a certain degree, um, Roman Reigns wasn't Vince McMahon Hulk Hogan. He was just Roman Reigns, a big star. We're gonna make a lot of money on him. But Cody Rhodes is Hulk Hogan of this generation of WWE right now. He came on a little bit with Vince. Now Triple H is pushing him like Vince pushed Hogan back in the days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get tomorrow. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. And I say it again. They are trying to find a way to put the title on Cody Rhodes so we can have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And they want Drew McIntyre versus Double J other favorite wrestler Nick Aldis. They're pushing that.
I do like Nick Aldis.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
And they're pushing that hard.
the if they try and do something stupid, because they are doing this whole to get people to watch, having people drop titles on Raw and SmackDown. And Drew is the perfect person that they would be like, hey, you know what? Let's have Drew lose on SmackDown. If they're that dumb, then the company just has no hope with creative at all,
If
because they're
they
getting their best results that they've had in a long time with Drew. And Drew is the only, like, they're starting with Gunther finally, of actually making him a real heel after like ripping the mask off of Dragon
yeah,
Lee. But Drew is the only one that really inspires emotion out of fans.
he does. And if they actually go through with this and taking the title off of Drew, if I'm Drew McIntyre,
Just quit.
I'll have second thoughts about why did I sign this contract.
Just quit. I mean, it worked for Sasha Banks and Naomi. Just walk out. Just leave.
I have to agree with that. I mean,
Just walk out.
I agree with you because it's bad enough that they're only going to give him this short run because he's going to shoot a movie around WrestleMania time. It took Cody Rhodes to convince Triple H to put the title on Drew McIntyre, which he should have put it back on WrestlePalooza. So if you look at it, for WrestlePalooza to now, Drew McIntyre, well, I should say to WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre should be champion. But the fact that he's going to have a one-on-one match for the world title against Cody Rhodes, if I remember correctly, there was a stipulation that Cody Rhodes can't get a title shot as long as Drew McIntyre is champion. So where did that go?
I don't know. And again, it's the Vince McMahon syndrome all over again. Instead of pushing new talent, they just beat these guys into the ground. Like there's no reason that Cody needs to be fighting for a title right now. This would be a perfect time. You put him out with an injury, let him sit out, get off TV, recoup, heal up any nagging injuries, and come back with something to refresh the gimmick, or come back as a heel completely.
You don't have to do that. We could just have Randy versus Randy versus Cody. Don't need a title. You could have just had Randy just turn on Cody because Cody caught him in Elimination Chamber. You could have done that angle. You could have done an angle of, you know what? Let's have Jacob run in while the door is open, attack Cody, then we can go ahead and set that match up. And then we can find out who took out Jacob. You can play that, and you can say, "Oh, Cody took out Jacob," because at that time, Jacob was a threat to Cody's championship. And we could
Yeah,
just
and
have
they still haven't done anything with that either.
right, just like who attacked the Jey Uso. Well, guess what? It wasn't the Vision. So,
Nope.
and we could have just had Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton because they put on banger matches, and we can finish that story up. Because that story got more legs than Cody than Drew. If you got the fan perspective, people are tired of Cody and Drew. Wouldn't mind seeing Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre one last time.
Multitasking, winning.
Yeah. It's not often where we see dad feed the baby girl during a podcast.
On a podcast, yeah. This was not planned.
Yeah, she's killing that body.
Because mom is just over there hanging out.
Killing that body. Is that mom back there speaking? I heard.
Yeah, I can't hear what she's saying because I have both things on. But yeah, that's her.
Okay, but no, I have said that I would love them to finish the Randy Orton Drew McIntyre story. That's why I wouldn't mind seeing them two wrestle WrestleMania. Finish that story. Something be on the line other than the title, and Randy walk away as champion. It make more sense.
Yeah. The whole thing overall is Randy's probably going to be heel based off of Elimination Chamber, which sucks. And then Cody's just going to end up either getting the title back, or I really don't see any situation right now where he doesn't get the title, because they're pushing it so heavily. Like, they refuse to not give him title matches consistently.
Yeah, and
you've got Jacob sitting there. You've got all these guys that could be ready to jump into the main event, so that you have more options than just Cody and Drew all the time. It's John Cena Edge and John Cena Orton all over again.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this is all they know. They say, like, if it ain't fixed, if it ain't broken, it don't need to be fixed. The WWE storylines are broken. I mean, this is worse than last year build up for WrestleMania. It was way worse. This is worse.
Last year was so bad. The only highlight of last year was Stephanie and Charlotte getting into it.
Yeah. This is horrible. I mean, it's not about them not announcing the WrestleMania card. It's just the build up, everything around it. I mean, the only thing we look forward to, which we will get to, is the Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the title. Other than that, how can you, as a wrestling fan, how can you get excited for an event that everybody looks forward to every year?
Well, especially based off of how bad last year's WrestleMania was.
Right. And it's dog shit. I mean,
they hype it up every year. Oh, this is going to be the biggest and best one ever. And it's like, I was bored out of my mind last year watching WrestleMania, both nights. There was like nothing to get excited about at all.
I actually, I forgot what match it was. Maybe it was Charlotte versus Tiffany in the beginning, I think. Yeah, I got up and got some coffee. Because I needed it. It wasn't because of who was wrestling. It was because, I felt that verge of, hey, I might be nodding off over here. I need some coffee to stay awake.
Well, and again, not that he's the most well-known guy, not that he's going to be a needle mover or anything like that, but at least it would give you something. What was the point of bringing out Royce Keys, Powerhouse Hobbs at Royal Rumble when you have nothing lined up for him? Why didn't you just save him to have him run in on somebody during WrestleMania? or do something to showcase him at WrestleMania. You gave Danhausen
Spotlight.
his own spotlight at Elimination Chamber. Royce Keys just happened to be a throw-in during the Royal Rumble. Yeah, he had a decent showing. I'll at least give them that. They let him have a decent showing. But you literally put that guy out there and had no plans for him afterwards to kill off any momentum that he built up. Like, come on.
Of course, they have plans for him. They always got plans for him.
Yeah, to hang out and catering. Escobar.
Down to Triple A.
Yeah, just go hang out. He's got to be kicking himself in the ass too. Ready to go to AEW, and then you re-up with WWE. Then they don't use you for 3 months, and now you're in AAA.
Before we continue, shout out to David Finley, who debuted yesterday on AEW. If y'all don't know the backstory, he was offered an NXT contract, and he said no because he wanted to go to the main roster.
And he's qualified enough. Again, if I'm a dick, so I mean, there's that. But if I'm a wrestler, I'm not trying to go to NXT because the standard's already been set with Jade Cargill. You can be a terrible wrestler and go to the main roster. Jade Cargill set the standard. I don't need to go to NXT. I want to be on the main roster.
It didn't start with Jade Cargill.
I'm not saying it started, but she's the most glaring example of how bad you can be and get to the main roster.
Sure it's not the Bella Twins?
That's so old, nobody would even remember that. We're going with like recent history, and the Bella Twins are the most overrated women wrestlers of all time.
Wait a minute. Far. You know it's bad when what's her name? The young lady who's wrestling, who's has some feud with Natty right now.
Oh, Maxine?
Maxine Dupree, who had no wrestling skills, all of a sudden passed you up on the wrestling skills.
Yeah. I mean, Brie is 100 times better than Nikki. Let's start there. Brie is a way better wrestler than Nikki, but somehow Nikki got all the spotlight.
Well, she got the look.
They look almost... Now that they've gotten older, they've started to get the work done. You can actually differentiate the two. But if you go back to like 2012, they look the exact same. Like there was just the most minute things that you could tell between the two of them.
Yeah. True.
Now that they've gotten a little older, they've both had a little work done. You can definitely tell a difference between the two of them. But back then, they looked exactly identical.
Well, I can tell now because Nikki is a little bit bigger than Brie.
Yeah. But Brie is still infinitely a better wrestler than Nikki will ever be.
Absolutely.
And that's still not a very high bar to cross.
Yeah.
So.
And what was the other standard? Well, listen, Ronda Rousey is a hell of a fighter. She's a hell of a fighter, but she was not a very good wrestler.
I don't think she wanted to put in the effort because she looked at it as not being real.
Yeah.
To her, it was just a payday.
That and she hated Vince McMahon, so that'd be that too.
But she loved taking his money. Everybody hates Vince McMahon, but they are absolutely fine taking his money.
That's like, I can't stand your ass, but I appreciate you paying me, man.
100%.
Let me see my money right. That's when you turn to the
side. Everybody
like,
hates the guy, but they will gladly cash those checks until those checks stop, and then everybody wants to air out the dirty laundry.
Hey man, I'm not saying that I wouldn't take a check from Vince McMahon, but all I'm saying is I'm gonna cuss him out first, then I'm gonna check my account. Be like, all right, my money better be there, Vince. My money better be there. Okay, we good for like a couple hours. I'm gonna cuss your ass out on social media. Get done. So another questionable view that we might be enduring is Becky Lynch versus a referee. But in all due respect to Jessica, the second Jessica, that's my favorite Jessica right there.
It better be.
That's my favorite one right there.
Better be.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna get that tattooed. My favorite.
She's still waiting for Uncle Deshaun to come visit.
I know. I'll be there. Be patient.
Right now, I'm trying to get her to fall asleep. So,
This is kind of odd because I don't think I've ever seen this before, unless I missed something a long time ago. A wrestler versus a referee. And as Jamie is taking the start of the show back to her bed because she is asleep, I want your guys' opinion on what is your favorite WrestleMania moment, WrestleMania match, and what do you think of the road to WrestleMania right now? So let us know. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show. So what do you think, Jamie? My question, your opinion on the Becky Lynch versus Jessica. Looks like they're pushing that angle.
I mean, has Jessica been training to wrestle? Because I know
Yes,
she was a
she is a
wrestler
professional wrestler.
beforehand. Well, I
She
know
is.
she was,
You're right.
but just because you're a referee doesn't mean you're still training.
True.
So if this is going to be like an AJ Lee thing of, oh, I haven't actually wrestled in years and I'm going to go get put out there, nobody wants to see Becky Lynch wrestle anyway. She's terrible. And I am not the only one. I had to look it up to see if other people felt the way I do. I'm like, am I being overly harsh to Becky Lynch? No, other people feel the exact same way. She has forgot how to wrestle. She's getting over on what her name used to be and getting booked on what she used to be able to do. Look at all of her matches in the last year. They're all bad. Every single one of them. And AJ Lee ain't helping the situation either.
I just think I'm like, what the hell is going on?
You have Lara Valkyria. Bailey's going to end up missing another WrestleMania in a row. But you still have Lara Valkyria. You got Sol Ruka ready to come up at any time. You got Kiana James that's blowing up. You've got Julia that you're doing nothing with. And yet Becky Lynch is getting all this attention and she doesn't even know how to wrestle anymore.
Julia, your best wrestler in the women's division, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Well, her or Io.
They about one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like her or Io, you could make a case for either one. And the sad part is people are now saying that Kiana James is outshining Julia because they're booking Kiana James better than Julia. Kiana James is good. She's very talented, but she is no Julia.
Oh, no, 100%. The one thing we can say about Kiana James, she got going for her. She got the look, she got the power, she got the athleticism, she got everything you need to be a top star. And
makes you wonder why they didn't do anything with her for a year.
Right. And I
drafted her up to Raw.
She was hurt, but when she got healthy, when she was healthy, she was just sitting there catering, doing nothing.
But again, you brought her when you actually had her doing something. What was she to start? She was a mouthpiece for somebody that can't speak.
Yeah.
That's learning English. So why couldn't she be doing that before then? Getting her on TV, getting people to get exposed to her. What did WCW do with Stacy Keibler back in the day before Stacy Keibler learned how to do anything? She was Miss Hancock in WCW. She was out on TV. She looked good. People paid attention. They wanted to see her because she looked good. Kiana James isn't going to have a problem with people wanting to see her. You could have had her all over TV.
Oh, 100%. Kiana James has that big purse. So you can have her come down as a sexy businesswoman, that big purse, getting everybody's attention.
Miss Hancock too.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just a better wrestler, but
much better wrestler.
Right. It's just amazing how like a lot of things can be so simple and they make the simple hard.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy. This women's division, because this part will be talking about the Jade Cargill thing situation. Jade Cargill 100% do have a lot of heat in the women's locker room. And Jamie knows I'm a huge Jade Cargill fan, but he also knows I have fun with everybody dissing Jay because for me, and I know Jamie has fun with it, but he also got some facts behind what he say.
I don't hate Jade Cargill. As I've said before, I was a huge Jade fan in AEW, but it hasn't translated over here.
Yeah, I'm not. I gotta remove you from that one because me and you on kind of on the same page, but I never stopped being a Jade Cargill fan. I know you're not. You always been a Car Jade, but you don't like.
I want to be a fan. There's no reason to be a fan.
Yeah, you don't like how she didn't put the work in as she in WWE. Listen, So if you're expecting a good match at WrestleMania between Jade Cargo and Mommy Rhea Ripley, don't get your hopes up.
Mm-mm.
And it's not about Jade. It's about both women. It's just not going to be a good show. It's not going to be a good show.
I wouldn't be surprised if at one point in that match that it turns into a Charlotte Flair Nia Jax and they actually start swinging on each other.
Yes. Yes. Listen, if you've been paying attention to Jade, you know Jade gonna do. She got 3 solid moves, and that's it.
Pump kick,
Her finisher.
jaded, and
She got that. She got a spine buster. That's nice. She has a.
yeah, she's got that slam down spine buster.
Yeah, it's nice.
Doesn't she have a?
But
Doesn't she do a splash too, like a corner rope splash?
I think so. She got some good moves, some solid ones, but nothing like will stand out. But oh, that's great. Oh, holy shit type moves, right? Jade is very athletic. Jade is she has a very big ego.
Yeah.
That big ego is what she got the heat in the ladies division in the locker room. Nobody can. Her ego is bigger than goddamn Arkansas. That's how big her ego is. It's bigger than Arkansas.
I don't think AEW helped with that at all. Blowing her up and letting her just, run through everybody with no issue. And then coming over here, and instead of just acknowledging that, yeah, she needs, Triple H, part of the problem. People wondering where she's at. Oh, she's going to come out when she's ready. And then she comes out and says, oh, Triple H knows what's up. It's on my time. Like, just admit she's not ready. Set the expectation with people.
Yeah.
And then you put her out there and people can see she isn't even close to ready and she gets stuck in a tag team where Bianca Belair has to work 3 times harder to make a match look decent because she can't even figure out who's the legal person in the match to be covering somebody.
Yeah, Jade by nature is not a wrestler. She knows wrestling. I know she studied on it. She knows the history of wrestling. But Jade is crazy athletic. But back to what I was saying, if you're expecting a good match between her and Rhea, it's not going to be a good match because of Jade inexperience, and as my co-host, my brother, has pointed out numerous times, Rhea Ripley has having some issues of doing her finisher move, and she be doing a lot of botches lately. And I know a lot of us don't call out on them because it's Mommy. That's every IWC fantasy girl next to Trish Stratus or Trish Stratus when she have her wardrobe mix up. This is not going to be a good match. I'd be surprised if this match goes 5 minutes. Heck, I'd be surprised if this match go 3 minutes. This match needs to be over in 2 minutes and be done over. Rhea Ripley should win. And if I was booking the show, I have Rhea win. I will literally have Jade go work with Booker T. I'll have Jade go down there and work with Natty. And I will specifically want her to develop some more skills because she has that it. She has it. Nobody just hasn't tapped into her to get the best out of her. And I was hoping that before they put the title on her, they get her wrestle with some veteran women wrestle with Natty so Natty can bring the best out of her. But they just haven't done that. And if you can see in the WWE, there's not a lot of veteran women wrestlers out there like Natty who could bring the best out of somebody. So I don't know if you heard me, man. Look, if I'm booking this show, this ain't going 5 minutes. This match ain't going 3 minutes. Jade Cargo and Rhea Ripley be going 2 minutes.
Well, that's what I told you a couple weeks ago, that it has to be a squash match. Rhea needs to just come out and destroy Jade, and that's it.
It ain't just that. It's more to that too, because like I said, I don't think you heard me. How much we all a fan of Rhea Ripley. How much we all love Rhea Ripley. Rhea been having some botches as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell she's having problems doing her finisher on certain wrestlers, especially if she do that to Jade, man, she's going to struggle. And we also can tell that she hasn't developed a secondary finishing move for bigger opponents.
Yep.
So, look, I think we're all in agreement. Rhea Ripley should win. I'd say 2 minutes, the same dance and squash match. And if I'm Triple H, I'm sitting down Jade. I'm like, look, you're gonna work with Natty, you're gonna work with Booker T, you're gonna work whoever I ask you to, because you have all the potential in the world. You're the most athletic female wrestler in the WWE. You have all the athleticism in the world. I just need you to get better at wrestling. And if you add the wrestling part to your athletic skills, that's crazy. That'd be crazy dominant right there.
I do disagree with the whole most athletic. She's nowhere near close to the most athletic. She might be one of the strongest, but even against Bianca, when Bianca flexes, Jade looks small. She's taller than Bianca, but muscle wise, she's smaller than Bianca.
Well, yeah,
and she doesn't have near the athleticism of even Tiffany Stratton.
Look, I don't know, man. I think Jay got a little bit more. I just think we don't see it. I think we see everything out of Tiffany. We see everything
an Olympic level gymnast. Okay. Jade played basketball.
Okay.
Total different level of athleticism there.
Yes, but like I said, man, I think we see all the athleticism out of Tiffany. We haven't seen all of it out of Jade. We don't know what she can do because she hasn't tapped into her potential.
I think we have seen everything she can do, and she just makes people think she can do more because she is that limited, and she just tries to talk a big game.
Well, yeah, she is limited. I'm sorry to go back this. That's why I call it the Hulk Hogan syndrome. The 2-3 moves of doom. I'm talking about Hulk Hogan now. Well, before he's in WWE, now Hulk Hogan is in New Japan. It's like I said, my humble opinion, I think she has so much potential that we just don't see it. And maybe that's because either she don't care to show it, or nigga that see how it is.
Still here. No, I'm still here. I don't know what's going on.
He got his daughter in his hand. He's like, nah, I want to see nobody with my kid on camera. You know,
I don't know what's going on. I'm still here though.
She get too much of the shine. See how that is?
That's not it at all.
Nah. I mean, look, I don't want to beat this up anymore, but I just want to say that she is heavy protected. Triple H is protecting her so much that it's like like protecting his own daughter. She can do all this wrong, but it's not gonna be no consequence.
And that's part of the problem of why there's so much heat on her, because everybody knows she has been babied like crazy. You spent all this money to bring her in. Then she shows how limited she actually is. You then take one of your top main event stars and stick her into a tag team with her to protect her, and she still has major fundamental botches. And I always go back to it, she tried to pin somebody when she wasn't the legal person, and Bianca had to literally shove her off of the person so that she could go for the pin.
Not shoved her off. She shoved her and said, Jade.
Yeah. Yeah, like fundamental things that, like, you start off in a tag team because you can hide things more. You learn the fundamentals, things like that.
Right.
And like, she's missing those things right off the rip. And to the point of, well, we have to get something out of her. Let's put the belt on her, and then let's do everything in our power to hide the fact that she can't wrestle, that she had the belt for over 130 days before she wrestled a match.
Yeah. It's the same thing with everybody was talking about Dominic Mysterio. He had 2 belts for this long, and he doesn't really defend it.
And Dominic doesn't have the problem. Dominic can wrestle. Will I say that he's the most athletic, most agile, most anything? No. I think he's pretty dull in the ring. I think his career would take off if he just became a mouthpiece and a manager and maybe led a faction and just never wrestled, because as a wrestler, that's his downfall.
I think if Diamond had a different skill set, I think he'll be just fine instead of trying to wrestle like a luchador.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is like he doesn't have the frame, he doesn't have the muscle to like lift guys and do anything like that. So he has to wrestle like a luchador because he doesn't work out like that. If he was to actually hit the gym and put the work in, and because as a luchador, he moves really slow. Like his 619 is one of the worst moves in all of wrestling because it is so slow.
Yeah, because he's tall.
Yeah. Like Ray can fly through there because Ray's like 5'5". When Dominic does it, it's like super slow motion.
Yeah, I think was Dom like 6'1", 6'2". Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, he's got some height to him.
Yeah.
But if he would work out and just put on, I'm not saying get, jack like Drew McIntyre, but make it feasible that you could lift some of these guys up and, do a proper suplex, do a proper power slam, something like that, because he's trying to wrestle like a luchador and it just doesn't work for him.
Prime example. You got two guys in your group, JD McDonough and Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys who not overly big, but they're in good shape. They got some muscle defined where they can do proper stuff.
And they're both incredibly good wrestlers.
Right. And they're not luchadors. These guys are just what you
JD
call
McDonough is a very technical wrestler that can do high flying moves if he chooses.
Yeah.
But he's overall a technical wrestler.
Yes.
Finn is a technical wrestler / striker that happens to have a finisher from the top rope.
Yes. And what did you say? If they had a light heavyweight championship, that'd be perfect for them for Dominic. Because that would 100%. Fit him. That would be.
It would also be perfect for Finn Balor. Finn Balor should basically be the face of the light heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Being that you're not going to give him a chance to actually win the actual WWE championship or the world heavyweight title, you should have a light heavyweight championship and he should be the face of it. And it should be treated with the same level of respect as like the X Division title, when the X Division was basically your light heavyweight title.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when you give certain people's titles, it diminishes what that title means. And Crash Holly being your light heavyweight champion was basically what killed that title. Crash Holly was never a great wrestler, never involved in any good storylines or anything to make it a credible person to have the belt. D'Lo Brown being your European champion, like he's not the one that killed the belt by any means, but it didn't help take the belt anywhere else either.
No, he did. So let's get to the main topic here. And I really want to touch on this CM Punk versus Roman Reigns promo we heard on Monday. And I'm going to read the transcript and, we're going to do our thing from there. Roman Reigns comes down and he asks people to acknowledge him. And right before he say anything else, CM Punk comes out. CM Punk says, "Why you look so angry, man? Why are you mean mugging me? Think of this. Less as an interruption and more of me feeding that gigantic ego of yours. I'm giving you what you want. I'm acknowledging Roman Reigns. But hey, I really hope you came to say or do more than that. We're not wasting a lot of money on one of your dates just for that because, brother, that could have been a tweet." Roman Reigns: "Did my tweet hurt your feelings, Phil? You seem a little sensitive. You seem like for a champion, you got thin skin." CM Punk: "No, your tweet didn't hurt my feelings. I don't care about what people tweet about me. I don't get mad and hold grudges over things people say about me on podcasts. Your tweet was pretty accurate, though, man. I'm tired. It's good I got these bags under my eyes, though, because for 7 weeks, I got to carry your bullshit all the way to WrestleMania. Bear with me 1 second. It is great to be alive on a Monday night in Indianapolis or what? We are on the road to WrestleMania, and the first stop in Indianapolis. And we got history here in Indianapolis, don't we? Yeah, this is where the Shield debuted. This is where I brought you to the dance. Roman, correction. You brought the other two, not me. CM Punk, okay. We remember things differently. But maybe I didn't pick you, but you certainly did pick me. And Jamie, who did he pick?
I mean, what do you mean?
Who's the guy that CM Punk wanted to be in the Shield?
He wanted Roman Reigns in the Shield.
No. It wasn't Roman. He wanted somebody else.
I don't remember who.
I forgot his name. But he did not want Roman Reigns in the Shield. I gotta look it up. I'm gonna go to okay. And now look at us, the main event of WrestleMania in Las Vegas. And if you ask me, hell, I think if you ask Indianapolis, I've already won. The last time you and I were face to face in the ring, you told me that you hated me. You hate me. I got you right where I want you. I made you this emotional lady. You hate me. I'm in your head, as empty as it is. I'm under your skin. And I'm here to tell you that it's translucent. I can see right through you. Roman Reigns, you're right. I do hate you. But this is what you're missing, Phil. If you didn't have that title, I would be indifferent to you. You wouldn't exist. You wouldn't even be on my radar. Phil, let's remind you really quick. We brought you back here to entertain the 30, 40 virgins that live in your mom and dad. We brought you back to sell a few t-shirts here and there. We brought you back to maybe draw a house in Chicago. But we didn't bring you back to be a champion. No, that was too much responsibility for you. That's too much power. That's above your pay grade. We can't trust you, Phil. You're a liar. You lied to all these people, and unfortunately, they believe you. You got them thinking that you're having a good time here. You got them thinking that you're a locker room veteran and a leader, that you're making all these towns happy, but they're running these tours with a smile on your face. And you can lie in the interviews. You can tweet out and Instagram that you're hanging out with my cousins all you want to the world. But we all know the truth. Every second you get, you're bitching and moaning back there. And they can't wait to tell me every time I come around. And that's why you're not fit to be champion. You're not CM Punk. You're just a punk ass bitch to me. And at Mania, this backup plan, it ends. And when I win that championship, the first thing I'm going to do is put your punk ass on one of those John Cena retirement tours. We're going to max you out. We're going to make as much money off of you. And then you know what happens. We're going to send you down to NXT. And you're going to teach the next generation how to do what we do. And when you're done, you're going to send them up to me. The tribal chief is going to smash each and every one of them. I got to stop there. I love that. And actually, I do believe there's some truth to that, Jamie. I know you do too. Because I know you would not mind seeing CM Punk being retired.
Not at all.
And if they actually do that, put him on the John Cena tour retirement, shout out to Roman Reigns for calling it. But I do believe there is some truth to a lot of that because was about 10 years straight, people want to see Punk come back to the WWE and they got their wish. All these wrestling fans at IWC around your age and my age been wanting to see CM Punk come back for a long time. Now he's here and he's catered to that demographic. Why the younger generation really don't give a damn?
Nope. It's just like the AJ Lee thing. AJ Lee is another example of when you watch the videos of her coming out that people upload, nobody's making any noise.
No.
But yet at home, everybody's losing their mind because they're piping it in.
%. Last one, CM Punk. You think you just walk away from me? Were you done? Were you done, Roman? Well, I'm not. And you're going to stand here. You're going to listen to everything I have to say. You said a bunch of shit. And we got to cover it all. First thing first. We? Who's we? You got some extra Samoan goblins in your pocket that I can't see? You are all alone. You're alone on your bus. You're alone in your room. Your cousins aren't with you anymore. There's no more shield to help you do anything. Hell, you don't even have a wise man anymore. And look at me. I took him away from you. No, you're all alone. And I love moments like this because it illustrates your entire career. You chasing me. I'm the champ. You're in the main event of WrestleMania. Not just because you won the Royal Rumble, but because I'm the main event. I'm on Netflix. This is my show. I run things here. I'm the locker room. Yeah, hanging out with your cousins and you're all alone and you can't get things done when you're by yourself. Can you? You hate me? Fair enough. You can hate me all you want. I don't even care if you love me. One thing I won't let you do is disrespect me. You're going to retire me? You're going to retire CM Punk? Well, brother, you just made this list. You went from getting beat to WrestleMania. Now I'm going to bury you. And then you won't be alone anymore because I'm going to bury you next to your father. That's that line, Jamie. That's that line where the war has started. Because when he said that and he walked away from Roman, you see Roman talking to himself. You see Roman processing that in his mind. You see that Roman, he's about to take this to a next level. But what you think of the promo?
I mean, overall, I'm so disinterested in the whole thing that I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I only really just watch to see Roman Reigns respond to see if he's actually growing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's more trying to discern, is he actually getting scripted things to say that he can bullet point, or is he actually coming up with this on his own? And I think it's still a combination of both. Because when you watch it, CM Punk is keeping to the storyline. Like
Well,
he's strictly going storyline level, blah 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 blah,
yeah.
building that up. Roman Reigns is taking like actual personal shots and bringing up things outside of wrestling, like the whole my cousins call me to say how much they hate traveling with you, that all you do is complain and blah 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 and stuff like that. It's very similar to the Rhea Ripley Jade Cargill thing,
Yeah.
and it's pretty well known that while CM Punk might be putting on a happy face and trying to help the new people out and this and that, there's still a lot of bad blood. Like Seth Rollins legitimately hates him. Like there's a lot of bad blood from the guys that were there, especially new guys like Roman that were coming in when CM Punk was throwing all of his temper tantrums. They still remember all that. And then here's this guy that all has the title now. He did all that to you guys back then, and he has the title now, which just shows if the fans want it, they'll do it no matter how much it actually hurts the company. Is
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk being champ moving the needle for the company at all? No, it's not.
No. Um,
In Chicago, yeah. But outside of Chicago, nobody cares.
so to answer my question, CM Punk originally wanted Chris Hero, known as Cassius
Oh,
Uno, to be
yeah.
in the Shield.
That's because that's like his best friend, and Chris Hero burned out years ago.
Yeah, just to save his career. Um, and then there's Bubba Ray, who got some connection to WWE and with the writer team. That line that CM Punk said was not in the script. He went off script on that.
Well, and that's the whole point is you could tell when he said it, I was like, this is going to cause some problems because he was getting caught up in what he was saying.
Yeah.
And it's because Roman got a couple good shots in. And that's what makes you know that they are blurring things, that people are bringing up real life emotions
Mm-hmm.
and fitting it in. And they get away with it because it's just considered part of the feud. But like, you don't bring up somebody's actual dead parent, especially somebody that just died a couple months ago, into a story like that. Like that's one of those dumb moves of like, let's go back to Brian Pillman and Stone Cold, where Brian Pillman shooting Stone Cold for breaking into his house. Like, why did you ever think that was a good move?
Yeah.
And that's where, like, as soon as he said it, I was like, oh, he's gonna catch shit for that because he was getting just caught up in what he said, and he was stinging from what Roman said. Because if there's anybody the whole I don't care what people say about me or think about me. That dude would go on podcasts and respond to every little comment that he could see about somebody making about him. Like he went on that whole rant about Kenny Omega 2 years ago when Kenny Omega was the first one to say, if you're the best in the world, you don't have to tell people you're the best in the world.
That's true.
And CM Punk went on a whole long rant about Kenny Omega this, Kenny Omega that. Kenny Omega, I do think, is slightly overrated, but Kenny Omega would wipe the floor with prime CM Punk.
Kenny Omega in his prime was one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he is 100% right. You would, if you're the best in the world, you don't have to tell nobody. They will just know by watching you wrestle.
Yeah. And prime Kenny Omega would wipe the floor with a prime level CM Punk any day.
Yeah. Here's my whole thing about this promo, which I did enjoy it, is that I've seen the growth from Roman Reigns. If you all know Roman Reigns, he couldn't cut a promo to save his life. Roman Reigns couldn't cut a promo to save his title shot. And this is where I say you gotta get a lot of credit to Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman, when he's with Paul Heyman, he got better at his promos. And not only that, Paul Heyman was his mouthpiece, but when Roman talked, you can tell that he did it with confidence, he did it with comfort level. So that's why he's able to cut these.
He has the advantage that he didn't have. Like when he was going against Cena, he wasn't established. They were trying to establish him, and going against Cena in a promo war was never going to be a good look for Roman Reigns. That was just a complete gaff by Vince McMahon.
No, that was
like all you did was hurt him at that point.
Yeah.
But like Roman has the level of success that he can bring up all that personal stuff, and that probably did rub CM Punk the wrong way while they were standing there, and that's why he did drop that line, because it probably did get under his skin a shit ton. But Roman gets to come from it of, I am the most successful guy here right now. I can say whatever I want, and I might get a slap on the wrist. They can't do anything without me, basically.
Yeah.
It's almost to the level of The Rock saying, oh, Ari Emanuel called me directly because ticket sales weren't moving, and they needed to put me on the card to move some tickets for whatever event it was last year that wasn't selling.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that I like that, and again, I go back to this. CM Punk did not sign a new contract with the WWE, as far as we know. If he did, Roman Reigns is right. He is going to get that John Cena retirement tour, 100%. It's just, I guess, like with a guy like CM Punk, who is close to my age, Ashman Fraser, he'd be around.
I was gonna say he's older than you.
Yeah, by some months. He's not looking at retiring right now, but he's gonna have to acknowledge at some point that he is going to get that style of retirement.
Basically, all you have to do, if you want to figure out when he's going to retire, we have to find out how long of a contract AJ Lee actually signed.
Yes, that's true.
That's all it is.
Yeah, because I mean, what they say, the multi-year contract, that could be.
They said she signed a multi-year, but that could just mean a 2-year contract. So we don't know.
Yeah, that could be 2 years. That could be 3 years. But he is going to get that John Cena retirement, and I think that's that sticking point with him, because he's not ready for that, but he knows it's coming. It just is what it is, and the simple fact that, like, kind of, he's not the biggest star between the two. How much I'm a CM Punk fan, even I know. Netflix didn't come back for CM Punk. Netflix came back for Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and more important, Netflix came because The Rock is back in wrestling. Maybe not as an active wrestler, but just being on the board of TKO. That means something. And Roman is right. Punk didn't bring him in. Triple H brought him in. But even Triple H can't take that credit, because whose family his family is.
I mean, let's be honest with Roman Reigns of where it is. Roman Reigns, by all means, should not be a success. And this isn't saying, oh, Roman became a success because he worked his ass off in spite of what everybody thought about him. He was shoved down everybody's throats to the point that you had to love him because it was clear that he wasn't going anywhere because Vince was obsessed with him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I always go back to the period of time where I wasn't watching wrestling at all, and I was flipping through the channels the one night, and I'm like, oh, who's this guy? And I'm like, oh wait, that is Roman Reigns. And they booed him for like 13 straight minutes. They cut to 3 commercial breaks and came back, and they were still booing the guy. Like way worse than they ever did Dom. When he would try and speak, they would just get louder and he would stop and they would just keep going. And it's like Vince forced him down everybody's throats. There's no reason Roman should be a success.
No.
Except he John Cena says he owes everything to Vince McMahon and all these other people. Roman Reigns owes more to Vince McMahon than anybody in the history of wrestling ever, even over Hulk Hogan.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Listen, what did we say? Wrestling come full circle, and I hate bringing her up. Jade Cargill, just a female version of Roman Reigns without the family, without the pedigree. Roman Reigns is athletic, former football player. And what did you say? What did we say about Roman Reigns? He got a decent, he got a spear and a Superman punch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he has to look. And he has a family. He has the heritage. So right there, oh yeah, you can market that to be a big star, especially with Vince, who is, yeah, I can make that big star. Limited skill set, has to look, has a family. He's a former football player who's like a bodybuilder. I can market this. I can make him a big star, and that's exactly what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Now
at the distress of how many other talents that were actually at that level that no longer got pushes.
Mm-hmm.
And even when he hit the top of the mountain, not giving good feuds, because Kevin Owens never had a chance to win.
No.
It's scripted, yes, but it was scripted so poorly. The guy defended the title 26 times in almost 4 years.
And most of those title defenses came against Kevin Owens.
Yeah. And they weren't even clean wins. They were always gimmick matches, or there was always run-ins by the bloodline. Yes. Like, to establish him as saying, anybody ever saying Roman Reigns is the greatest superstar of all time or anything like that has no concept of wrestling whatsoever.
I think what they're saying is that Roman Reigns is the greatest champion of this generation, of his generation, of the young generation right now. And
that's sad. Yeah, that's a sad state of affairs.
In a way, it is sad, but it is no lie detected because, I mean, the guy had to build what for 5 years?
It was like 4, yeah.
So automatically, of course, he was the greatest champion of this generation. He had the belt the longest this generation.
Well, but who was it that said it? CM Punk. It's not about how long you did it; it's how well you did it.
And he is right by that. He is right.
I mean, Roman Reigns, by all accounts, had a very unmemorable title run.
26 title, defended title 26 times out of 4.5, 5 years.
Yeah, and the sad part is they're going to go right back to it because unless they alter their plans at this moment in time, right now, Roman Reigns is going to win the belt. And Roman Reigns is going to go right back to his part-time schedule where he shows up once every 3 months for one of the 4 main shows.
Yes, it is. And listen, I want to say that WWE booked himself in a creative situation, but they kind of did because at one hand, you got CM Punk, who is a full-time wrestler, but he's an older guy. And he doesn't mind wrestling against younger wrestlers, but he can't go over all the time on the younger wrestlers. Then you got Roman Reigns. He's less than a part-time worker. We're going to see him throughout the run, the road to WrestleMania. But then after WrestleMania, you're going to see him one time.
Well, and just clean up your point.
Yeah.
Your main event scene for the men is 40 and over.
Yes. And that's a problem because if Roman's going to win it, we're going to see him Monday Night Raw to WrestleMania, and then you ain't going to see him again until SummerSlam.
Maybe. Yeah, you'll get like one Raw in between there, and then like the go home Raw show before SummerSlam. Yeah. And then SummerSlam. That's going to be like your 3 appearances.
Yeah. And they're going to come out and say, yeah, well, what we're going to do is We're going to elevate the the IC title. We're going to elevate that. We're going to see a lot of good matches for the IC title. We're going to see guys battling to be number one contender for Roman's title for 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's what's at stake here. And again, I enjoyed the promo. The WWE, and look, I know my brother said this, but I also heard it other times. When the WWE blend script into real life, a lot of people call that lazy creative, because what we doing here. You taking a real life heat and you try to make it to a script. Mm-hmm. Lazy, what do you call that? Sometimes lazy writing, lazy booking. I mean, we see it on the women's side with Jack Carr.
I'm more of a fan of it. I wouldn't call that. I said I'm more of a fan of it. I'm not going to call that lazy booking. Lazy booking is more of like the bloodline. Roman Reigns was the champ because nobody wanted to put any effort into not making him the champ anymore. But blending the real life stuff works to a certain degree. And I go back to the Attitude Era. The beef of McMahon being the boss and Stone Cold being the employee that hates his boss and does everybody's dream whoop the shit out of their boss. You get to blend that. Austin dressing up to attack him in the hospital, hit him with the bedpan, run down with the beer truck, spray him down with beer in Detroit, run down with the Zamboni, jump out of the ring, all that stuff. Like, that's the kind of stuff people want to see. And this past Raw, the opening segment of that, the whole Heyman thing, and getting loaded into an ambulance, Austin Theory comes out to the ambulance and the car pulls up. He goes to get in. Jimmy Uso comes out, beats him down. Goes to the ambulance driver. Turns out it's LA Knight driving off. That was a very Stone Cold moment. It actually felt like Attitude Era WWE again. And if they stick with that, they're going in the right direction. The Attitude Era is by far the most popular era in wrestling. Nobody can deny that. And that would do them some good. But the problem with what they're doing right now is because Vince, there was a pecking order when Vince was there. And you knew who it was. Now with social media, guys can get themselves over, like an LA Knight, for instance, with the fans, even though he's not well regarded in the company, which then causes dissent. And then it has things like in the women's division, Jade Cargill's technically top of the ladder right now, but then you've got Piper Niven throwing in shots. You've got Chelsea Green taking her passive aggressive stance. You've got Rhea just throwing it out there, and I'm on their side in the whole thing. Their points that they're making, especially the things that Piper Niven was saying, that's what tells you it's real, because she was bringing up all of the issues that people have had with her about her she requested all the time off last Christmas, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas of 24. Yeah, and WWE told her no. And then magically she's hurt a day later and she can't wrestle this entire tour date that everybody else was on. Piper Niven called her out on that. All those type of things. So you're going into it. If I'm WWE, I want a very short match with Rhea. Like it just needs to be a squash match. Hey, Jade, we let you do this for Tiffany. We're letting Rhea do it to you. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jade tries to work stiff and throws a couple shots in there. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if it turns into a Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax thing for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But people are going to work their shots into Jade. And if I'm Triple H, I have to be very cognizant of how she gets booked now and who she's in the ring with, that they're not going to bust her back open to where she's got another scar that gets shown on camera or anything like that. And it's only because of her own doing, because she can't keep her mouth shut.
Before we get up out of here, I am kind of curious how this CM Punk and Roman Reigns going to play out. Is it going to be some interference? Is it going to be a clean pin? Something?
I mean, if you go based off of CM Punk's track record, he's probably already put the calls in to Bruce Pritchard and Triple H and anybody else possible that, okay, if you want me to lose, I refuse to lose clean.
It will, in a way, it would make sense because, well, actually it wouldn't, because the only person he would honestly he's been feuding with other than Roman right now and Finn Balor, the only person that could actually cost him would have to be Seth Rollins.
Let's put it this way. If WWE was smart, which we know that they're not, but if they were smart, the best thing possible happened already that they probably look at as the worst thing. Braun Breaker got hurt when he did. Because now, yeah, Braun Breaker could have beat CM Punk. He could be champion right now. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. But now, Braun's off the shelf. You had to pivot. You've got Roman in there now. Roman beats Punk at Mania, gets the belt. Braun Breaker comes back and then gets to beat Roman Reigns to take the belt.
Yeah.
That is the best dream scenario that they possibly have. I would hate it because, again, not interested in either character.
Would it be funny if Breaker and Rollins interfere in this match? I wouldn't be surprised.
The Seth Rollins thing is weird because he's definitely setting it up to have his own faction as soon as he comes back with those NXT guys.
Or to the guys at his gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whether he comes back with them, I don't see why he wouldn't, because you can't, he's attacking everybody in the Vision. So you can't have him come back and just single out, oh, I'm only going to beef with Logan Paul now. So there's going to have to be kind of like a bloodline and an OG bloodline battle to get that out of the way. But he's involved with so many people at this point that I almost think that you kind of leave him out of the title picture to handle just the overall beef, to then focus on whoever the champion is to say, I never lost the belt.
True. And the only reason why I brought that up is because when he said, he would not allow CM Punk to be champion. Punk became champion while he was hurt. So they only make it right by having Rollins come in and give him a stomp. And remember, we only got 2 matches out of them. So they got to be a third match down the road.
Right.
So that's why I put that out there. Well, that'll be it, man. I will thank you guys for tuning in on the show.
Yeah, I will figure out what's going on with my camera and not have a screaming baby next time. It'll be much better.
Yeah, and I got other figure things and stuff out too, kind of like fortunately I got to redo my taxes.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is.
That's okay. I'm doing mine on Saturday. So,
all right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show. Thank you for watching Double J and DS Walk on the Signatures of Finisher podcast. We catch you guys on Sunday. Peace and love.
Later.